is it sustaining itself? You know, that was a question I wanted to ask you. Like, you know, I know we've ordered it a couple times. I know many people in here has. Is hopefully the public's kind of embracing it, and is it something we're going to continue to do, or is it just not worth it?
Yeah, no, I think it is worth it. I think it's starting to, I mean, when I first got the numbers, I have them send me weekly numbers, and, you know, I wasn't really that excited about it, but then I seen what we did when the restaurant was open, so we're actually trending better than when we were open. We've really tried to do a better job of social media, trying to get our name out there. We actually have a promotion with the current environment. We wanted to have good prices for our residents, nice discounts, try to get you to come taste our food. Like it's a win-win, right? We're trying to build the brand a little bit. So we're have an event tomorrow, which we're giving some Easter baskets, little gifts, if you buy the dinner for 4. And we've already got like 70. Last I checked, pre-ordered for tomorrow. We know those orders usually come late. So we appreciate any kind of support.
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, but to create an honest and fair expectation, no, it is not going to carve into the deficit. I mean, you have 3 people that are there.
I understand. I mean, I like the concept. Hey, this is a good price. Come taste our food and get it in your head that, you know, eventually when things go back to normal, people will come and enjoy the restaurant. But I wanted to make sure we weren't bleeding bad enough to where, you know, it's no sense of even continuing to do it.
No, I think one of the things that are helping right now, and I mean, again, it's the entire situation's unfortunate, but you do have a lot of restaurants that tried to stay open that are now closing because the period keeps growing. So I think the opportunities for other food are just, they're fading quickly. And so, you know, we're trying to do our best. I know George's team is, they're down to a skeleton crew. What do you have, 3 or 4 people in total?
We just brought on one because Friday's getting, we're expecting about $1,000. I would be pretty, I think we can do $1,000 on Friday alone, if not more. That will be our best day, but what we're seeing is a build, right?
Sure.
We're beating
Each
the
week
last
it's increasing.
week. While they're small numbers, it's still building. And we still got to do a good job of getting our name out there.
Sure.
But to the mayor's point, some of our edict before all this happened was the real goal, we were trying these different events, was really to be priced right, get people in there to taste the food, to come up and experience it. It is a wonderful place to be.
We are seeing a lot of first-time visitors. That's a plus.
Good.
So what I highlighted is the high level, but the main revenue sources in the area so both golf courses, as you can see, looking at the trends for the beverage, golf course fees, and cart rental, 178, 182, 205,000 budgeted, 116 year to date. Then we brought that down to 175. Just again, 15% decreases based on what's going on currently. That's for metals. Same thing at lakes, as you can see, for food, beverage, golf course, and cart rentals. Same kind of area. Just kind of, you know, throwing out some kind of hopefully some conservative numbers on those items to combat what's going on right now. So obviously, what that all combines to is approximately still a transfer about $580,000. But just like we talked about at the beginning of the meeting, that if you guys weren't here, we talked about, we just, like I said, we just have to keep an eye on it on a weekly basis, monthly basis, just keep an eye and see how things are progressing, that's all, and to do, like I said, address it as we can. But I think, George, like you mentioned, I think controlling the cost side too is a big factor as well to try to offset some of that. I know we do have some fixed costs in the golf course fund, but, you know.
Jason, can you highlight some of the cost reductions that relate to the reductions in revenue?
As of right now, there is no reduction. We didn't put too much reductions in there. We kind of left it at their estimated. If the golf course wants to provide new estimates on wages and things like that, we can include that in there. But we just didn't have those numbers, and to be a little bit more conservative, we didn't touch the expense side with reductions because we just don't know what those would have been at this point in time. So to be conservative, we kept those at the same level that the department requested for the fiscal year. So obviously with wages, if we have no staff, it's going to be a reduction in that item, but we just don't know what that, I don't know much about what that is yet. But if we can get some updated numbers, you know, we can look at that and address it in the budget. We just didn't know what it was. So we took a conservative approach and kept it kind of what the department requested at. And hopefully we do get some savings in it.
You know, I guess, you know, I'm gonna throw the tough question out there. Our golf courses have been bleeding bad the last couple of years, and we keep having to put more and more and more and more money into these. I mean, do we ever foresee an opportunity to maybe climb out of this hole? Or, I mean, there was a point where the Sportsplex was kind of covering the loss of the golf courses, which, you know, golf is seasonal. I understand that. It's not as popular like it was when Tiger was winning all the time, and golf really needs a shot in the arm like somebody like Tiger. But, you know, we're taking money out of general fund, which, you know, we have it there for rainy day, but, you know, I was hoping, you know, with the spring weather we were getting this year, it would have been nice. I think we would have jumped into the game a little early. I mean, even though it was snowing today, you know, that 70-degree and sunny day, I saw the course packed, you know, I would have, but, you know, what is our train of thought possibly on that? I mean, at some point, you know, I mean, you gotta pull the plug, you know, and
Yeah,
I don't want to do that, but it's,
Yeah, I don't think there's any benefit to pulling the plug. I think the goal is to get as close to zero as you possibly can.
absolutely, yeah, that's what
I think
was
if you
wondering.
look at like other municipality ran courses, like, I mean, I would tell you to closely examine Canton's Pheasant Run. They don't even have it set up as an enterprise fund. The general fund just subsidizes the golf course, and
Right.
that's two and a half million annually.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers are pretty significant. I think our goal is to get as close to zero as possible, and there are things that are out of our control. I mean, weather being one of them, cost. I mean, we're not building a model from zero. I mean, we're taking what's there and trying to make it work. Aggressive approach. The one thing that is hurting is the golf, the sport itself is kind of
Right.
not as popular as it once was. You guys saw the rates. I mean, we were not able to increase the cost of the rates of golf. And that has a lot to do with competition. And I mean, there are courses that are talking about closing. I mean, I think the Van Buren course closed this year, Woodlands or something like
The
that.
garbage company bought it.
Yeah, you know, for us, I think that trying to shrink that number and get as close to zero as we possibly can
I think
is the
that,
goal.
not to interrupt you, but the more courses that close around here, I think helps us, so.
Doesn't hurt us.
You know, if we can, you know, wait it out, I just, you know, it's, you know, when you see the numbers, 500 or whatever, but like you said, there are cities that subsidize it completely, and, you know, I would love to be as close to zero as possible.
Through the chair, just a comment, because really it's kind of half a year in golf. I see a lot of opportunity for us. That restaurant, I see a big opportunity for us to build. I mean, we have good food, right? It's just really being consistent hours, right? Really trying to drive the traffic in there. And then also we're, I think, getting out of the box a little bit more with the TrackMan that's doing real well, but then also take that TrackMan, and we made an investment this year. We'll hate to see what's happening now, but how to be kind of an expert club fitter. So we kind of bring on more you know, golf apparel plus also equipment and be wedge fittings, and we really used that downstairs area. We had plans to have live music there every Friday night, playing music. The kitchen downstairs, we're going to do barbecue. Hopefully the barbecue was pretty good today.
I thought it was good.
Okay, good. That dictates if we're going to do a smoke out there, but it also smokes out to the golf course. So everywhere I look, I see opportunities. Now, 500,000 is a lot, a grant, but I see a lot of opportunities there at the golf course. So I'd like to give it a shot.
Sure. I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but it's a question that we need to, you know, it's something that we have to discuss.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, we have these very conversations. They're not unusual. I mean, they're not uncomfortable. We talk about it every time we talk about golf. And again, you know, our goal is to get as close to zero as we possibly can.
Good.
Or above.
Sure. Please.
Okay, So we briefly went over the revenue side, and then of course the expense side is relatively kind of stagnant on both projections. A couple reductions, which is related to capital outlay type items budgeted this current year that are not budgeted for next year. Lakes was only $10,000 increase. So the obviously larger expenses is wages, and then you have the golf course maintenance items for the is it Valley Crest or Brightview? Yep. So those are the obviously larger expenditures in the golf courses, the maintenance area.
Mr. Chairman,